It's in a different area again today. And boy, did the chitter chatter pop up. I mean, whew, in a whole different language that, let's just say not the native language, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're the new natives. Anyway, but one chick in particular, she was getting so excited. She was like directly to my left. She was getting so excited. So she kind of like was like reaching over my person to get at somebody, kind of like harshly. So now I had to step back and look at her. Like, do you see me here? And then, she kind of chilled on it, but I'm like, I already know you saw me, but like, why are you so excited? Because they're speaking another language. Why are you so excited that, you're reaching forcefully, like, across my being like that? So, I was like, dear God, I bless those who bless me. And everybody was like, what? Huh? What's going on? I was like, y'all want to be loud? I'm talking to God. But amazing how everything kind of quieted down, for a time. But I wasn't getting a good feeling inside by whatever they were talking about, Maybe it was harmless, but I wasn't in on the joke. And it felt like the joke was on me, so... Right, but anyway, right. The main reason why I wanted to talk about it, I think they were trying to say like, Chico, talk about it. Yeah, oh yeah, I am. But I wanted to talk about, the reaching chick. I went out with like one of my close friends, I don't know, it's a place called Pops. It's in Richmond, Virginia, and like during the summertime, at least, like 20, 21, 22, whatever, it's the place to be in the summertime. It's like outside summer concert at a restaurant or whatever, and they got good food and everything, But anyway, her and her friend were talking, and what happened today just kind of reminded me of that. So her and her friend were talking, and they were in front of me. So I'm here, and one was to my close friend was on the left, and her friend was on the right. And, they were like getting excitable. Now my friend, she's more gentle. So, her hands are kind of at her side. But this other chick, even though I'm right here, I'm still right here, I see she's getting. And so, like, to me, that's indicative of, like, I'm so excited. I don't care if you're just 2 feet away. Because, we were basically like in a little triangle, except, I didn't know her friend. I have read like several self-defense books, and I forgot most of the stuff, but it's certain things that I kept. And one of the things, he was like, always like keep your hand in front of your face if you're like in a situation similar to that, like close proximity and somebody's being a little wild. Now, I didn't feel like she was necessarily going to attack me, but what I felt like is a careless mistake is what she was kind of setting me up for. So if you're moving in a forceful manner, kind of like in the middle of all of our faces, but I don't know you. So my friend may know, even though they were both speaking English, but they were excitable. So she might know why you're so excited. But for me, there's like no excuse that your hand should be flying with that much force just a few inches from my face. So according to the book, he was like, he recommended kind of like how you hold your hand. I guess if they say that you're being defensive or whatever, I can't think of it right now. Like when you just kind of embrace yourself. But he was like, but instead of like holding on to each shoulder or elbow or whatever, have the one arm up. So I went ahead and, it was a bunch of people around. So we were kind of like in an aisle, so I really couldn't just get out the way. And, you know, she wasn't really using the etiquette, you know, but I feel like it's my responsibility to not let you, you know, juke me in the face by accident. You know, you over there acting a fool, but it's my responsibility at the end of the day to make sure that doesn't happen. So sure enough, I put my hand up, you know, not like, you know, but like defense, you see. So I put my hand up, and sure enough, her hand came close, and I grabbed it. And then she was like, oh, you know, like, oh, excuse me, babe. You know what I'm saying? It's always an excuse me, baby. But you know what they say, like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You know. Now, when I grabbed her hand, it ain't like I wrangled her fingers or anything either, you know. But how I ended up respecting the chick is because, you know, she knew she made the mistake, and she could have been like, how dare you, like, redirect my hands from your face, you know. Or she could have been like she was, you know, like, I'm sorry, baby, or whatever, you know. But the fact that, you know, she didn't try to, I think, like, when somebody calls you in the wrong, like, sometimes somebody might call me, you know, like I was at the bank, and, you know, it's like a long line and a short line. So, you know, I got out the long line and got in the short line. I was like, I don't know why everybody wants the long line, like, closest to the teller, you know. But when I did that, some lady, like, you know, 1 or 2 cars later was like, you just cut in front of everybody. So what was happening was one long line, and then it was split. Now, normally when I go, it's 2 separate lines, but I guess it had gotten so long that just became the format. But when she told me that, I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's normally not like this. I'm sorry. I could have just been like, you know, who are you to tell me anything? You know what I'm saying? But it's like a moment to accept when I'm in the wrong. Like, kind of like, accept your chastisement.